everyone, welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen, and I'm delighted to say we've got Rob and Jackie back, which is amazing. I'm so pleased to have them back, and they've got two fabulous bakes to show you. I can never get the words right, so Rob, what are we making?
Frangipane.
Frangipane.
And I'm doing shortbread stacks.
Good, shortbread stacks. It's easy when you know how, but I've asked them about 10 times this morning what we're making, because I always go Frangipane.
I just say Bakewell tart. It's easier.
So give us a wave, let us know that you're here and that you're happy to see Rob and Jackie in the kitchen. We are going to be sharing this on Twitter in a minute. Jackie's going to be filming Rob, and then we're going to swap the camera over, and Rob's going to be filming Jackie for any Twitter followers. And as you know, this will go onto our YouTube tomorrow, so please do like and share, okay? Remember, if there's any newbies out there, you're going to love it. We're in my own home kitchen here. It's very relaxed, very informal. I've got Laura on the camera today. Maria will be bobbing around doing her usual filming bits. If there's any professionals, please be kind to us. Do remember, we are hobby bakers. We don't profess to know it all. We just do it our way. We enjoy it. And the main thing is it tastes amazing. And that's what it's all about. We're trying to encourage hobby bakers to, or newbie bakers, to give it a go. That's all it is. So many people are scared of baking, and it's not that scary. You really do just need to go, give it a go. And these two can show you how to make things that look great, very, very easy. And it is as easy. And that's why it's so good to do a live show, because you see everything as it is. So you see all the mistakes, anything that we drop, and we eat as well while we're here as well. So there's all those things. And then what I do want to tell you is, for the next 2 weeks, there's only going to be morning sessions. So there's going to be next Thursday. My daughter Laura is going to be here. She will have to have Harrison here, so it's a proper family show. So Harrison will be here, but he's sitting up now, he's in the high chair, only because I'm going away on holiday and there's no one to look after him. And then she'll be here the following Thursday. So Maria will put up what she's making. There's no Monday feeds now for 3 weeks, because I'm away for the next 2 weeks and there's a bank holiday Monday. I did say to John, let's do a bank holiday Monday, but it didn't go down too well. So we'll have to see. I might surprise you with something, I might not, I don't know, we'll have to see. So so just remember, it's the next 2 Thursdays. And then what else was I going to say? We saw just before Easter lots of people doing a sale for Easter, and we didn't do one, so we're doing a holiday one. So while John and I are away on holiday, we're doing our icing sugars reduced to £2, so grab them while you can. Okay, we don't know how long we're going to keep the sale on for. John might keep it on for 2 days, 3 days, don't know. So grab them while you can, and that was an absolute bargain. Anyhow, so that's super, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move over the other side. I'm going to help Laura on cameras. It's her first time today, so she's shaking, aren't you, Laura? So give Laura the thumbs up as well, because she's a scaredy pants. And she's also got to start shouting out names and saying hellos as well. If you are a newbie, let us know you're a newbie. Also, let us know where you are in the world, because we do get people all over the place. And please do enjoy and give these two guys lots of thumbs up and likes. If you have your phone or iPad landscape, you will find the content is coming up over what we're filming. If you turn it to portrait, the content will be underneath, so you can watch us and the content below. If you don't want to watch all the chitter chatter, swipe to the left or the right, I don't know. Yeah, but on mine, I have to swipe that way. So on mine, I swipe that way. So is that to the left?
Depends where you're sitting.
But everybody else says swipe to the right. So maybe you can do it both ways. I don't know. Maybe you can do it both ways for the left-handers as well. I don't know. Could be, couldn't it? Yeah. Don't know. So just swipe your screen and all the comments should go away. So I don't know how many people's with us at the moment.
42 at the moment.
42, going up. And to be fair, you know, I'm really impressed that it's going up. It's absolutely boiling here today. And we're at 22 degrees at the moment, but I did hear on the radio coming in that it's going to be the hottest day ever in 70 years today. So God knows what we're...
So it might be matching the colour of the raspberries by the end of the bake.
We might have melted frangipanes and shortbread stacks. Anyhow, let's crack on. Let's get these two on it. Rob's up first and Jackie's up filming.
Yeah.
There you go, Rob. It's all yours. So he's just going to quickly show you what we're making. Did you show them?
All right.
Did we show them, Laura? Got it on?
Yeah.
Super.
That's the
Right.
frangipane.
Let's get going.
Move that one out of the way. Okay. So to start off, it's pastry.
don't feel worried. If pastry's not your niche, or you can't make pastry, you can always use shortbread pastry for the base. And in there we have 175 grams of plain flour. To that we have 75 grams of unsalted butter, cold butter cubed. Okay, coat it all first of all, and just fingers and thumbs work the butter through the flour until you have a breadcrumb texture.
So I was always scared of making pastry, Rob. Is it easy then?
Yeah, very easy.
What is it you're not supposed to do? Overdo it or just...
Yes, overwork it, so if you can work quicker,
Yeah,
faster, as you're doing it, a bit high, let it drop, get some air through it.
yeah. That's a good point as well. Bring it up and let it drop, get lots of air in, isn't it? Because I think if it's me, I do it like a crumble, so I'm doing an apple crumble.
Yes, that's what you want, a breadcrumb texture
Yeah, fantastic.
before you add the other ingredients.
So Bee Long is, I believe Bee is in America,
Bee, yes.
isn't she? She's
Yeah.
ever so good, Bee.
Hi,
She goes
Bee.
along. So Bee is in America. She's ever so excited for your frangipane. There's lots of lovely comments here. So Pam's here, first time she's had a Thursday to be able to watch. Hello Elaine Lawton, Karen Mary, Kat Riley, Sammy Jane. Laura should be doing this on her training session, but she's not opened her mouth yet, Laura.
Hi.
Do be brave.
Say hello to everyone at Twitter.
Hello everyone at Twitter. Jackie's on her phone, so she's filming Rob from another angle. Hello Jane Allen, Nikki Shelvin.
Might get a bit wobble after a bit though.
Yeah.
Might start seeing Rob's feet in a bit and not his pastry.
So when you put the butter in, does the butter need to be cold or
It's best if it's chop
right? So would you chop your cubey butter up, leave it in the fridge?
Yes, I weigh it out, chop it into little small cubes, and then from there it goes into the fridge just till I'm ready to use it.
Yeah. I'm going to move over to Laura because when I'm asking questions, so that you know to look in this direction.
Yes.
We always get it for the audience.
Camera's one angle and I'm looking at the other side.
So has anybody ever made these themselves before? And yes, Kat Riley, you're right. It's Laura who runs the office for us, our office manager, Laura. She's the one who answers all your questions at work. She does all the telephone orders, looks for all your missing parcels. Thankfully, we don't have too many. She does all the trade orders. In fact, she does everything. That's after I've done everything. But we do it together, don't we? In fact, we all work hard here at Sugar and Crumbs. There's not many of us as a staff. We're a very small team and all of us work really very hard.
So just give it a quick shake. Once you think it's mixed in, if there's any lumps, they will come to the top.
Hello Thomas. My son's just joined in. He'll be going on mother.
Okay, and then to that I have 25 grams of caster sugar. I see no reason why you can't use the Sugar and Crumbs sugar within there as well. I've never tried it as yet, but I sometimes put lemon zest in the pastry, so that the lemon drizzle and lemon zest would probably work equally as well.
I was going to say, I think lemon would be nicer in there rather than the sugar. Save the sugar for your topping.
Make a small well. And to that you've got one beaten egg.
That's a good thing to note as well. It's a beaten egg, isn't it? It's messy if you just crack an egg in it, isn't it?
I've done that before today.
Not just cracked an egg in it, it's a nightmare.
Because I've only just started learning to do pastry. My best friend was the shelf at Tesco. Well, it still is when it comes to puff pastry, but I am starting doing my own now.
And what type of pastry is this, Rob?
Short crust.
Short
Sweet
crust.
short crust pastry. Yeah, just bring it together quickly with a knife, and with that you may need to add 1/2 or half to 1 teaspoon of cold water.
So Elaine Lawton says she's looking forward to this because she wants to see where she goes wrong with them. And we've got Jane Temple, a fellow northeast person. So you're not on your own in the kitchen. As per usual, we've got a Mancunian with Jackie, a Cheshire Girl with Carol and Laura, aren't we?
Yes.
And a northern guy from
Sunderland. Or near
Sunderland.
Near Sunderland.
near Sunderland. There you go. Thumbs up to Sunderland. Oh, on my phone it won't do it to the left. But on my iPad it does.
If anyone's wondering on Twitter, Rob's making a frangipane. I didn't start it from the beginning, did I? Probably all wondering what he's doing.
So
Making
Martin
pastry.
Mullen is watching. Hello Martin.
Hello, sweetie.
Hi Geraldine. So then what do we do then, Rob? So we've crumbled it up like we do with a crumble.
Yeah.
Then add the water.
Pastry. Sometimes I would chill it, but just as we time, bit flour on your pastry board.
Is it better to chill it? I know we're short on time, so we have to move on. But what is the benefits
Well,
of
from the
chilling it?
It just rests it and it rolls out a lot easier.
Ah, right.
Plus, it doesn't shrink as much when you're cooking it.
Right, okay.
So if you
Well,
can leave it in for 30 minutes at least, it
Yeah.
helps it.
So that's a good tip, guys. Because we're live, we're just going to have to crack on with it. We didn't prepare one earlier. So we're going to crack on with it, get it rolled out in the pan, and we'll crack on with the frangipane. But yourself, normally, try and put it in the fridge for at least half an hour or an hour to let it rest. And I presume you'd wrap that in cling film, would you, Rob?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do what Rob does, roll it out, put it in, and then put the tin in the fridge, and then it's
Yes,
just ready to go into the
Oh,
That's
does
what we
that
will do. I'll line the tin, and then once the tin's lined,
Going to put that in the fridge while you make the...
frangipane filling.
Right, very good. Good.
And you don't have to butter the tin because it's made with a lot of butter, so it won't stick.
Martin loves your rolling pin. Wonder if there's an innuendo there because he's
No,
got
he keeps
laughing
telling
face.
he keeps telling everybody that if anybody's naughty, that I'll batter him with my rolling pin. So
Clobber time.
yeah,
So Elaine Lawton asked, is that a large egg or a small egg?
It'll be a medium egg.
You had to go in the middle, didn't you?
Yes, the
You
rest.
couldn't say large or small.
I was going to say I never go off it 'cause I always buy medium, so whatever I do gets a medium.
It's really funny, you know, because I have to tell you, I only ever use
You
large
large,
eggs.
yeah.
And I don't know. So I don't know what the right thing is, Elaine, but Rob is using a medium egg, and that's where we are.
Someone was asking us the other week about, you know, if you get a double yolker in a cake, how
Yeah.
does that work?
No, you just...
Well, I just carry on.
Yeah, carry
You
on.
know, I think it's just a bit of an added
Yeah.
bonus, isn't it?
So Deb the Bread is watching from Wright's
Hi, Deb.
Baking. Let's see.
It's a bit soft.
So Barbara, all her goodies have arrived, so she'll open her box later.
Happy baking time.
Yeah. I don't mind you, I think we're brave baking today, aren't we, on this
I know.
lovely hot day.
I was saying, you'll just see me going redder and redder and redder as I go along.
So we've got someone secretly, I won't shout out her name, just in case somebody else in her office is watching secretly, but we have somebody watching secretly at work.
Oh.
So we won't shout your name out, just in case anybody else is at your work watching as well.
Yeah.
So many of you are so naughty, what do sneaky peeks from work. Hello Pat. Hi Carol and everyone in the kitchen. I am watching and sitting in the garden. That's the best place to be, Pat. So where are we up to, Rob?
It's just having a
I'm
bit
not having
of
very good success rolling this out as it's still warm and it's like red hot in here.
Yeah, I know, absolutely. Well, should we make the frangipane and put that in the fridge for a few minutes?
And then roll it out.
Yeah.
Right.
Should we do that? Right, so because we're going to just go back to what you should do, which is put it in the fridge, because it's absolutely boiling in the kitchen today and Rob is having a bit of a nightmare. So we're going to pop it in the fridge for a few minutes while he makes the frangipane. And we'll come back to rolling
This is
that
all
out.
things that happen in the
you have
kitchen.
some cling film?
Yes, we do have some cling film, Rob. I think a lovely man called Rob brought me an absolute load of it. And you'll go mad because it's not in the container that he brought it me in. Get that on, Rob.
That was the whole idea, wasn't it?
The
Blame
box.
John.
Did you give us that box, Carol?
The box is here. There may well be some
There
in
is.
the box.
Has it been used?
Oh no, there's some. But as per typical of John, Rob. So my John always takes it out of the packet and never has it there. And as you can see, Rob bought him this lovely container, and John's done the same. He just whizzed it out. I hate cling film as well. I don't know. It doesn't matter what you do with cling film. It just it just sticks everywhere where you don't
Even
want it to
open it's
stick.
a nightmare though, isn't it?
So Elaine Lawton uses duck eggs for breakfast. So not sure if they're too big to use, and that's where I start to go. And that's
Right.
where she thinks she starts to go wrong.
Yeah, duck eggs quite a lot bigger than a normal large
Yeah.
egg, isn't it?
Yeah, they are. But duck eggs are the best for baking,
Yeah,
you know.
I know. They're nice on a sponge.
Yeah, Elaine, your duck eggs will be beautiful in your sponges, and I'm sure you're using them then. But we're probably thinking it might be too big for this recipe, for the pastry.
Yeah, you might be better just buying a few medium or...
So Rob's just fighting with the cling film, which she was ever so good and brought it for me and John last time. But I'm blaming John for this because he does all the cooking in the kitchen. Sammy Jane says you're doing a fab job, Rob, even though it's hot in the kitchen, and it is boiling. We've got every window and door open here.
It's still warm, isn't it?
B says you're being really professional, Rob, you're hiding it.
If it had been me, it'd been out the window. Oh, I know.
It's at this stage I start having hot flushes.
Yeah, and me.
Start going into
I
meltdown.
was getting a bit
Sorry,
worried
Jenny,
about
I'm
the
having
time.
one.
Are you having a hot flush, Rob? When it all goes wrong.
Okay.
Denise is going to be making a rhubarb, orange and almond frangipane after she's
that sounds
she's
nice.
washed it.
Okay, so your frangipane starts with 100 grams of stock. I
Oh, the
always use
margarines are
margarine for a
available.
cake.
What was that? 100
Cakes,
gram-
I would always use margarine.
Right.
It's 100 grams.
Yeah. So that's 100 grams of margarine, and Rob is using stalk.
And to that, we're adding 100 grams of the cherry Bakewell icing.
Okay.
Sugar.
So that's 100 grams of cherry Bakewell flavoured icing sugar. And for you guys in America, we've got some good news. We have got somebody who's stocking our icing sugars in America. It's only just been dispatched this morning, hasn't it? So we will let you know on Twitter when it arrives with that company and when they're able to start selling it to you. That will keep your postage costs down. So it will be a little bit more expensive over in America because obviously this company have had to pay for the postage, but hopefully it's still going to be cheaper for you guys in the long run. Do you know the name of the company? Laura?
Country Kitchen.
Yeah, so Country Kitchen is stock about there.
Fort Wayne.
So,
Indiana.
yeah. So Country Kitchen in Fort Wayne, Indiana is stocking the Sugar and Crumbs flavoured icing sugars. It only dispatched this morning, so I think it takes about 10 days to get there, does it? Yeah. It's all, is it FDA approved? Is it called FDA? Oh, I've got it right, I can't believe it. I know. Our icing sugars are FDA approved, so anyhow, everything's all on its way for you American guys who want our icing sugars.
They'll be excited.
And if you are hearing any strange sounds, we have electronic bins here that Jackie keeps walking past.
Is that what it is?
Yes. So I'm just going to
Sorry.
move the electronic bin.
Or me.
Which one is it keeps going
That
off?
one.
I just skirt it out of the way.
There we go. Am I out of the way now?
And we'll just move the bin.
Okay, as we use the icing sugar, just take it easy when you first start to mix it in, otherwise it'll end up like KitchenAid and you'll end up covered in it.
Right, okay, so that's good. So we're not having to use a mixer, so what you're doing is just mixing it in nice and slow.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
stock and the icing sugar mixes quite easily without having to use a beater.
Super.
And then to that, we have ground almonds. We have 100 grams of ground almonds.
Yeah. So 100 grams of ground almonds.
Mix that in slightly.
Hello Wendy Dixon, first time she's actually managed to watch our live feed. Nikki Shelvin says she always weighs the eggs, so if you're not sure, weigh them. And if you want to weigh them and you're only using one egg, Elaine, that's a good idea, Nikki, well done. Well, if you want to crack your egg, Elaine, then what you could do is crack it, beat it, and then weigh it then, and then you know you've got an even
That's a good
consistency.
idea, yeah.
Yeah.
And then to that,
We should have got Rob to weigh in, shouldn't we?
Yeah, well, Elaine just said she'll change her eggs, but she doesn't need to now. What she can do is just beat them, weigh the amount she needs, which is 35 grams for an
Oh,
egg.
is that what it is?
Yeah, I think it's 35
Yeah,
grams for an egg, isn't it? And then she can weigh out the egg mixture.
small, medium and large, different.
Yeah. So go on then, Rob, where are we up to?
That one there, you've added your 100 grams of ground almonds.
Yeah.
That's been added slightly. To that is 3 tablespoons of plain flour. And when I'm at home, I use amaretto. But here, I'm just going to use some almond extract.
Right, okay. Natalie Porter's watching. Hello, Natalie.
And add 1 teaspoon of almond extract.
Yeah, Bee's happy it's coming to the USA.
I said she would be.
Yeah, we are trying to find stockists in the USA. Our biggest thing is it's little shops that are interested and it does make it quite expensive. What we really need is a big person who's prepared to have it shipped over on a pallet. It's a lot cheaper if we can find a company who will have it shipped over on a pallet.
And then to that, 1 more beaten egg.
1 more beaten egg. Well, we've got a nice audience this morning. I love it the way you just throw those pots across the kitchen, Rob. Do any of you see you? Do you watch him there? Just launches them across the kitchen.
Can't have them on camera.
All right, Karen, we'll see you later on. Karen's got to leave now, but she's going to watch later. So Rob's used ground almonds, not almond meal. They're the same?
Don't know if it's slightly different.
Don't know if it's the same.
Yeah,
Ground
but
almonds, just the nuts.
here in the UK they're called ground almonds. I don't think we've got almond meal here, have we?
No, that's like a flour, I believe. The
Is
almond
it?
meal.
We're not sure, B, but we only have ground almonds here in the UK as far as we're aware.
If you can't get ground almonds, use flaked almonds and put them in a whizzer and just blitz them.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I've used flaked almonds before when I've used all the whole almonds out, which I would put on the top, and I've only got bits left in my jar, so they don't waste. Blitz them and use them.
That's
So
good.
that's as much as that takes.
Frances says she sold as soon as you said the word arametto. That's it. She's on it.
Alex on Twitter's just said almond meal is a lot finer than almond.
But can we get it here in the UK?
No, can we get it in here in the UK, Alex? You know what you're talking about. We don't.
Right. So where are we up to, Rob?
So that's your frangipane mix. That's as much as it actually takes to make. And that then will go onto your pastry base. Once it's chilled, your pastry base will have jam on there, and that's spoon onto the top, which will give a moment.
Yeah. We're going getting our pastry base again.
Right, almond flour is available. Thanks, Alex.
Yeah, well, there's almond flour, isn't there?
So it's basically the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say ground almonds is almond flour, isn't it? That's what I thought. Hope so. That's what I use.
Where am I going wrong, she says.
I don't know. I'm not going wrong. Mine always tastes great.
Oh, yeah, always are.
Yeah, there, Cat Riley. Oh, you know, she's such a star cat. She's just like you, Rob. She just
Googled
googled it, and almond meal is the same as ground almonds. It's the same. We hope.
See that?
Somebody's going to come back and say no, it's not. But you know what? We don't care. Use one of them. B says thanks for googling.
Alex has just said, think of it like icing sugar, finer than caster sugar.
Now, interesting question. Barbara Haslam says, do you need to use almonds as I don't like the smell of them? Because almonds is a funny thing. I love almonds.
I do.
But I do love it, but a lot of people don't like the smell. I think they're great.
It's just going to be like a plain sponge without the almond. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Yeah. So I suppose, Barbara, you know what? Jackie's right there. If you didn't want to use the almonds, you'd just have to use normal flour, and that would just give you that sponge consistency.
Yeah.
And then you would have to put a flavouring in. Ira Shuttleworth says, Amazon sell almond flour. So this is what I love about you guys here at Sugar and Crumbs. Even though you're all watching, you are all paying attention. And it's so lovely that you're all helping each other with the questions and coming up there with those answers. Are you going to be doing this next week, Laura?
Yes.
Are you putting this side of the camera?
Laura's got to be shouting out next week. I'll be watching from Tenerife.
No pressure.
I'll be there. So is that's rolling a lot better, and it's only been in the fridge 5 minutes, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So there you go. Rob was struggling before because the kitchen's so hot. Now he's only put this in the fridge for 5 minutes. It's rolling a lot better. So just think how well it would roll if it got half an hour. But he is going to have to work fast because I presume it's the butter getting soft,
Yes.
isn't it? Yeah.
And if you get it to roughly about the thickness of a pound coin,
B Long says that she grounds up pecans instead of almonds. That's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
suppose you could use any type of nut ground.
Yeah.
I just like almonds, me.
Sarah says if you use flour, it'll give a complete different texture, and that's right. That it'll give you a cake texture. And several people are saying they don't see why you can't use a different nut flour. Yeah, there you go. Oh, we could have all sorts of frangipans from now on. Wonder what would be interesting, guys. Come on, you all need to make something with a different nut and show us how you get on. That'd be quite interesting. I don't know why I'm holding this up in the air. I've not even done it.
Just that use for it.
Julie Early's trying to cover an 18-inch board and watch at the same time, and it's not a good combination. Forget the board, Julie. Just watch us.
Is the pastry
Right.
big enough?
Yeah.
Use your tin as a guide.
So that's good. So if you use that as a guide, put the tin on top and then see if you've got extra on each side.
Yeah.
Enough on each side. Excellent.
If you do tear any little bits when you're putting it in, with the butter, you can patch it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a forgiving pastry, isn't it, that one, because you can patch it.
Yeah. What the hell is that noise? Is that playing that?
Sounds like a lawnmower.
Yeah.
If that was a plane, I wouldn't want to be on it.
It doesn't sound good, does it?
No, not really. So if you fancy joining in with Twitter Bake Along, which me and Rob do, the bakes that we're doing this today are the bakes that are in our challenge, and you can choose whichever one you want to do, or doing both. We don't mind.
Hopefully that's big enough.
How
Use
are
the
we
rolling
doing?
pin just to pick it up.
So Laura's watching. She's going to be watching what she's got to do next week. So Laura, my daughter's just popped up. She's watching, so you'll be seeing her next week. And Rob's done a great job there. That's quite a long tin as well to get that in. B says she can't roll hers out long and straight like that, so well done. She looks as though she's had a drink when she's done hers.
You're going to tell them the tip about the little bit of pastry, Rob?
Well, just the overhang of the pastry, pull a piece off, roll it into a little ball, and use that to push your pastry right into the edges. It saves you putting your fingers through it.
Yeah, that's a good
So
tip.
it's a good tip for people
Yeah.
who have false nails.
Yeah,
'cause
that's me,
otherwise
because I'm
it's-
always putting my fingers through things.
I don't have that problem because I've got no nails, but I'll still do that.
Not so sure you can hear the gardener in the background, I am sorry. That noise I thought was a plane was the gardener.
Some people would put it in the fridge and chill it like that.
That's what
Yeah.
I do.
So what I'll just do, I'll just crew it off for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
And the easiest way to do that, take your rolling pin and roll it over the top.
Fabulous. Now would you, oh you're going to cut your edges off, yeah. I made a tart once and took my edges off with a short crust and then it all shrunk.
Well, that's the good thing about giving it a lot. If you make it in the morning and you're not going to use it till the afternoon, the longer it's in the fridge, there's less chance of it shrinking.
Yeah.
Or, like you said, you can leave it all hanging over, and then once it's cooked, you can just cut it off with a
Cut it
knife.
off,
And
yeah.
I've cut it off level, which I've just done there. But now I'll use a knife or wooden spoon, push it into the indents on the tin. It raises it just a little bit above, which I'll leave on.
Is that how you got that really nice, lovely effect on your frangipane, is it?
Yeah,
You mean that one that nearly fell out of the oven last night?
I don't believe it. I said words which I'll not repeat live.
Sorry, I can't get rid of the gardener. I hope the gardener's not bothering you too much in the background. We've got all the windows open and then...
Please don't shut the windows.
Right, we just told the gardener to go away.
Maybe like he's making all that noise, but he's creeping off.
Flying the carol.
That is funny. We've just told the gardener to do one, and then he's gone oops, and then gone creeping off on his tiptoes. How strange.
And the pieces of pastry that's left, cut off, don't waste them.
Right, I'm going to leave you in charge of shouting out some comments while I just go to speak to the gardener and apologise.
Bless him. I'm sorry for the live feed on Twitter, it keeps cutting out. I've no idea why, but...
Rob, can you just remind everyone what we're making today?
I'm making a frangipane, which is made with the cherry bakewell, icing and sugar. It will have the cherry jam on the bottom and almonds on the top.
Thank
And
you.
at the moment what we're doing there, the offcuts of the pastry, once we've lined the tin, I'm just going to roll them out. I have some small tins, and these are what's called the chef's treat.
Sarah Byway said if you made single frangipane, how many would this recipe make? So I think single, I think she means the small ones that
Yes,
you're making at
these
the
are
moment.
Sort of that size tin. With that mixture of the frangipane, I would get 10,
So about 10, Sarah.
10 individual tarts.
Thank you.
Okay, and that piece where I've cut off there, I'm not going to use again. I've got a separate piece. Because once you've worked it once or twice, it does tend to start and go a little tough. Keep a bit of flour underneath your pastry, keeps it moving, stops it sticking.
So these are just the offcuts of pastry that are left
Yeah,
over.
that's just what I've trimmed off that big tin.
And this is good if you're making that as like a special for a special occasion. And you want to make sure it's all right. If you make a little couple like this, you can try them ones
Good
without
idea.
putting into the
Yeah.
big one.
The gardener's just laughing.
Roughly what size will those little small tins be, Rob?
Pass.
Someone said about 3 inch?
3 inch, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pastry all total, which we've made today, using the recipe, will cover, as we said, that. You'll get 3 small ones if you wanted 3, the large one, or it will cover a 23 centimetre round tin,
Oh, right, very good.
which is 10 inch.
Yeah.
So them there, just
What
put
are
them
they?
there.
Are they chef's perks, those little
Yeah,
ones?
that's what we just said, yeah.
I said it's nice if you're making it for a special occasion and you want to try it. If you do
Yeah.
make the small ones, you can have a little taste.
That is good, that really. Good
So
idea.
normally I would put that in the fridge to chill it,
Right,
but I'm going to just put the frangipane to jam that
straight
on.
in.
What I'm going to get in the moment, I want a fork. Because once you have that, prick the base all over. Once it's baking, it stops it lifting.
And what does that do?
It stops the pastry lifting.
Oh, does it? Right, okay. That's probably where I went wrong as well.
Yeah,
So
it
would
puts
you
up.
put that in and pre-bake that
No.
first? No.
This recipe doesn't call for it to be blind baked before
Right.
you put the frangipane on the top. You just bake it as one.
Very good. And am I having one of these to taste, am I?
You certainly
Can I have mine now?
Go on then.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
It's alright, we've had the picture.
Sorry, guys. There's the camera. That's mine. I'm going to eat it now. Me and Laura are going to have half each.
You can choose which jam you like to put on your base of your tart. Can I get a little?
Yeah, you
This
could
one,
do this with the
I'm
raspberry.
using cherry bakewell. I'm using black cherry.
You try one, Maria? Try one. You try one?
So Elaine Lawson said she didn't realise you had to prick the pastry with a fork
No, I
either.
didn't either. There you go. You having one, Jackie?
Thank you.
No.
And Kat Riley said you can be really sneaky and have some of the small one and pretend you've not had any when
Yeah,
you offer the big
exactly.
ones to everyone else.
Yeah, go
When the
no,
big
no,
one
I'm
comes out,
fine.
cut it in half, cut a slice out the middle, and join it back together.
That's even more sneaky.
They're delicious, Rob. I've only had a quarter, guys, because I'm on a diet. Laura can have the full half. Maria will have this full one after.
Maria's going home loaded tonight.
Okay.
We don't do diets, do we, Maria?
I was laughing at Maria. She's
Well, it's all right for some, isn't it?
I'm laughing at Maria. She put a skirt on today.
I know, she looks
Yeah,
very
yeah.
seasonal, doesn't she?
Yeah. Saw her walking up to the office there with a skirt on. Thought, oh, right.
She didn't have a scarf wrapped around her neck and round her head, did she?
Yesterday, Maria was in the office. She's got the heating on full blast.
Oh, God.
And I went in, I went, Maria, it's sun shining outside. She didn't believe me. I took her outside. She went, oh, yeah. Open the doors. I did the same in your office yesterday. Did you feel better for it, Laura?
I told you the same the other night, didn't I? I was in the kitchen doing something. I had all the windows open, the back door open. I'm thinking, it's getting warmer. It's getting warmer. I'm thinking, oh, it's that flush coming. Radiators are off. My husband's upstairs. He went, well, I'm cold.
Like, even in the winter, it's red hot in here.
Well, I have to say, guys, I've just had a quarter of one of those. Can't have a full one because I'm on a diet, but they taste delicious, Rob. And it must do because Laura's had half. She's had 2 quarters. Are they good? What do you mean? All right, I'll tell them what you're up to. Don't be kidding
It was
us.
delicious.
Don't be kidding us that you're healthy, Laura.
Not at all.
Yeah. So, the jam on there, on the bottom. I like plenty of jam in them.
Yeah. So do I.
The frangipane mix, it's a bit quick.
Well, they say if it's there, it needs to be tasted, doesn't it?
Oh, did I turn those ovens on?
Please say you did. 160, both of them. You went over to do it before?
Sorry.
I know what you did. You got
But do you
waylaid.
know what? I've got fan assisted ovens. You don't need them on.
You got waylaid with your shepherd's pie. That's what it was.
And just spoon frangipane mix into the base.
Go on, tell them all about my shepherd's pie, Jackie.
I'll let you know when everyone's eating.
We were talking before we came live how I was going to get me shepherd's pie in the oven and eat it before we go on holiday.
And now you all know, thanks to me.
It's a bit mad having shepherd's pie on a hot day like this, isn't it?
It is.
We wouldn't normally, it's just that it was left in the fridge and we'll only have to throw it if we don't eat it.
I bought Maria a pasty for her dinner.
Yes.
I know. Those ones you made last night,
Yeah.
they look good.
Where?
What I want to know is why did Maria get one and me and Laura didn't?
Well, I thought you were going straight off, so
Because she loves me.
that's what it is.
Maria got banana fudge as well.
I think-
Maria gets everything.
Yes, I know.
That's because she knows I'm a fatty.
Do you like peanut butter?
Uh,
Do you like peanut butter?
Oh, she
peanut
does.
butter. Do you know that
one's
salted caramel and banana
Yeah.
cake I did the other week? That was nice,
Oh,
wasn't
I
it?
just-
It was amazing.
Salted caramel and peanut butter fudge is beautiful.
I've done that
Isn't
one a
it?
few times.
But you know,
'Cause I like
John doesn't like the banana split flavoured icing sugar, but because I did it in the cream on that cake, oh, I loved it. Couldn't stop eating it, could he, Maria? He's just like a complete pig.
Cool, John's not here to answer to that.
So, guys, can I ask you a question? What did you think of my topsy-turvy cake then last week? Did you think it was all right? I know some people don't get it, that we're not professional bakers and we just do everything very quick, and it doesn't always have a professional finish. But we put the first video up and I got quite a few negative comments. I have to say, it's disturbed me all week.
You haven't, have you? What?
I had 6 ladies on, never heard of them before, that just put a load of negative comments up, said it was the worst cake they'd ever seen. I didn't think it was
I
that
think
bad.
it looked really good.
But it might not be the best cake, but I didn't think it was the worst cake you'd ever seen.
At the end of the day, we're all bakers and we're learning along with each other, and I don't
Yeah.
understand why people can be so negative
I
about
just thought, it's a 3-tier cake. I decorated it in 19 minutes. But anyhow, there you go.
Di Wheeler said that she loved it, and so did Wendy Ann Preston.
Oh, thank you.
You
I mean,
you can't please everyone, can
No.
you?
And you know, guys, when I do the decorating, what people need to remember when we're decorating live, if we was decorating in our home time, of course we would give it a bit more loving care and take a bit more time with it. But, you know, I can't have you sit there watching me do a 3-hour live on how to decorate a cake, and I don't want you to see just one section. I'm trying to throw the whole thing together for you so you get the idea, and then you can do the tidy bit yourself afterwards. But anyhow, I deleted that video and started again. It has been very positive, so just unfortunate it must have come on when there was a bad group of people not feeling too great.
No, you've got lots of positive comments and thumbs up here, Carol. So
Oh, thank you.
lots of support.
It makes me feel better because I have to say it really has unnerved me this week. I felt like not doing them
never
again.
feel like that.
I know, but it
I
just
did
made
that.
you feel like that.
Well,
you
I
know.
did that giant cupcake yesterday, didn't I, live?
Yeah.
And I could see me doing it because you rush it as well,
Yeah,
because
you
you
do.
think, I don't want this person to sit here for like half an hour or 45 minutes
Yeah.
watching me do this.
Yeah.
And I looked at the way I'd cut the cake and it's like a bit off centre now, and I thought, but I did it live.
Yes, absolutely.
Afterwards, because I said, I think it come up at, it was just short of 19 minutes, and I
Yeah.
thought, I decorated a full
Yeah.
giant cupcake and some cupcakes in that 19 minutes.
It was 80 minutes,
It
the
was
whole
80.
video. Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that, just level off.
Yeah,
Once it
that
goes in
was
the oven
good.
and it heats up, it will level.
I might have to have another quarter of one of these, Rob. I have to say, they were really nice.
I'll tell you what though, I was just thinking, I have loved something like this when I first started baking.
Yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
And to see people making mistakes and having a laugh doing it,
Yeah.
it makes all the difference. And,
Yeah.
you know, when you're starting from scratch yourself, it's a scary world, isn't it?
Yeah. I know, and that's what I do love about the Sugar and Crumbs audience. In fairness, you take us for what it is. It's just learning. We don't profess to be anything other than hobby bakers, or maybe just slightly a bit more advanced than a newbie, or, and you know what, we do get professionals on here as well. But you know what we are trying to do is just show you, have a go. It's easy. If you've never made, people are scared of making pastry. How long did that take? Now, in fairness, like Rob says, pop it in the fridge, remember it. But you don't have to if you're in a rush. Just don't do it on a hot day like today.
What I'll normally do is put it in the fridge, make yourself a brew, and by the time I've had a brew,
Yeah,
then try to
that's
make
it.
a
You
cake.
could put it in the freezer, for a few seconds, a few minutes, couldn't you?
It's
That'd speed
it's
it
like
up.
us with the bake-along, and people say, we've seen it a few times where they said, oh, well, yeah, I did try it, but it didn't look very good, so I'm not sending you a picture. Why not? We're not here for it to look the best picture.
No,
Not here to,
it's
for
about
it
you
to,
having a go.
exactly, and this is
Yeah.
what we said.
A lot of people with these, they would just put the almonds on willy-nilly.
Yeah, but we know you like to be precise.
To be fair, someone just said, Rob, please just chuck them on.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I get like that sometimes.
Do you want to change the camera angle then, see him from the other side?
Nearly there.
It's all right. We just got to get Laura slapped into shame. Change a
Sorry.
few different camera angles. That would
Keep it
help.
interesting.
Go around the kitchen. Laura was in the zone then, watching you put your almonds on, Rob.
Can you just remind everyone again what you're baking, please?
It's a cherry Bakewell Frangipane tart.
Right, can we say that in English now?
If I can't properly understand the word.
Cherry Bakewell Frangipane tart.
God bless
That
Rob.
was my posh Manchester, if you didn't know.
God bless Rob. He's from the northeast there, and I'm no offence about you people from the northeast. We all have our own accents wherever we are. But he speaks. It would help if it was slower.
Yeah.
He speaks so fast.
It's like Scottish, though.
Funny enough,
it's
you're
the
not the
same
first to
thing.
say that.
You do speak fast though, Rob. Very fast.
When I was working, I was doing IT support. Used to get people from Scotland who used to say I was speaking fast.
Yeah, you do.
And I was like, yeah, that's the kettle calling the pot, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyhow, do you want to tell us what the ingredients are? Because Maria has put the ingredients on the website, I do believe. Yeah. So the recipe is on. We're organised this week. Both recipes are on the website.
So first,
So for the pastry.
it's 175 grams of plain flour, 75 grams of cold butter. You mix that together, fingers and thumbs, just crumb it together like a breadcrumb mixture. Once you've done that, add 25 grams of caster sugar or icing and sugar. And then once you've done that, it has 1 beaten egg, and then you may need half to 1 tablespoon of cold water. Then
Okay.
mix it all together, fetch it together, wrap it in cling film, in the fridge for at least 30 minutes to chill.
Yeah. And then the
The
frangipane
frangipane,
itself.
that one's easy to remember. So you've got 100 grams of stock, 100 grams of icing and sugar, and then 100 grams of ground almonds, so it's just 100, 100, 100
Yeah.
to that. And you another beaten egg, 3 tablespoons of plain flour, amaretto you can use, or almond extract, 1 tablespoon. Just mix that all together,
Yeah.
and that's
And then put it in the pan.
in there,
And either chuck your nuts on or lay them out nice and neat.
and then that goes into the oven at 160 degrees. I believe that's gas mark 4 for the gas users, and that will bake for 35 to 45 minutes.
Right, brilliant. Goody good. And then when it's made, we should get it out, but let's get that in the oven. Yeah. Super, let me open the oven for you. Sorry, Rob, it would help. One sec, there you are. Thank you, my lovely.
Two little ones that go in, put them at the front. They may only take about 25 minutes, so you can pull them ones out while the other one's still baked.
Now that's interesting that you said that, because mine would have been in there for 45 minutes with the big ones. So your two little ones, or however many little ones you do, put them at the front, and then you can take them out first. They take less time. So we're going to hand over the camera to. Do you want to just quickly show them one that was made earlier, minus one? So let me just rub over there. There we go. So this is one that Rob made earlier. It nearly didn't arrive. I believe it nearly fell out the oven. Did it, Rob?
It did. I went in to get it out of the oven, in Jackie's oven last night, and I touched the oven with my arm.
You did what?
I touched the oven as I reached in. I touched the oven
right. So
with my arm.
He swore
I will
really bad.
I will not repeat what I said.
Well, I have to say, there was two of those little round ones, and we've shared one here, and they were delicious, and we're going to share the next one in a minute.
And once it comes out the oven, leave it in the tin for 15 to 20 minutes to cool. Remove it from the tin, and you can just put a dust and icing sugar on the top. People that know me on Twitter or Facebook, I use a teaspoon, hold that over the top and dust, or a fork, small fork,
Yeah.
and dust it just to give it a bit pattern.
Super. Good, 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 good. Right then. So we're just going to have a quick clean up now. Just wipe the desk ready for Jackie. Is that what you're going to do? Thanks, Rob. Thank you very much. So let's get those thumbs up and likes up for Rob. Well done. And hopefully we should be in time to see it come out the oven. We won't be able to take it out the tray, but we should be able to see it come out the oven.
And we'll not drop this one.
Pardon?
We'll not nearly drop that one.
We won't drop this one though. Okay. Right, okay, so we're just going to swap over now, and then Rob's going to take over the camera. Jackie, what do you do with the camera? Oh, it's over there. Oh, is he going to start on your feet? Right, and then Jackie is going to make shortbread stacks, so we'll just get them in front of you to show you. So I hope you all enjoyed that, guys. Give us those thumbs up, let us know what you think. So sorry, just having a little move around. Oh yeah, they're loving it, Rob. Lots of loves and likes there. It's so lovely for you guys to support these guys. You know, when they come, when we do have people in the kitchen, let me just tell you the preparation. Rob's had to come down from the northeast. How long's that journey, Rob?
2.5 hours.
So 2 hours down. Jackie is hosted him. She's put him up for the night. They baked one last night of each of their goodies. You know, they provide their own ingredients as well. So they baked one last night. That means they were working last night. They were tweeting away on Twitter. They were on Facebook telling you they were here. Travelled over this morning in traffic, and you know, and then they're going live with it again. So you know, as I say, we're not professional bakers. We're here trying to encourage bakers who don't bake to bake. Bakers who do bake, give them some other ideas of things to bake, because we can all end up just making cupcakes forever. And to be fair, if I was left alone, I'd just make cupcakes all the time.
I said to someone yesterday about it, because I get a lot of people say, oh, yours looks really good and everything. And I said to them, up to us starting the bake along, I only made cupcakes, and a giant cupcake. I never made anything.
Yeah.
I've learnt bread, I've learnt pastry, I've learnt meringues.
You two have really gone on, haven't you? And I think we can all fall in the habit of being in a comfort zone of just making the same thing. And one of the things when I do lives and you see me wing it, it's not so much wing it, I haven't really got time to do a practice one, so we've just got to go with it as it is, live in the kitchen. So Jackie's just disappeared off camera for a second, just while she sets up Rob's phone.
It might not work because the connection's poor, but Rob will try it.
Did you log onto the Wi-Fi here?
No.
Why didn't you do that?
I know.
Do the Wi-Fi thing. So sorry, we're just going to log onto the Wi-Fi for a minute for Jackie. Just hold on for a minute while Jackie just talks about what she's making. Can you give him the Wi-Fi code? There's a little card there. Maria.
Hi, we're doing these
It's a little thing. Isn't it?
raspberry ripple. Yeah. I was trying to think which one I was doing then. Raspberry ripple shortbread stacks.
I'll check it.
And honest to God, they're the easiest things ever to
Do you want
make.
to show 'em?
Yeah.
And you'll have to shout up, Jackie. Stop that lovely, delicate voice of yours.
Bye.
We know you can speak loud.
There we go. Can you see that?
Yep, we got them on there.
Yeah.
Super.
They always look. They look so pretty, but
And
they're
pull your
so.
face away because it's in the mirror.
Just be glad it's my face.
We've got your face upside down in the mirror.
Right. As I was saying, they're so pretty, but so easy to make. And it's totally up to you. I've done a 2-stack, but you can do a 3-stack if you want to. Like I said, it's just a neat, lovely, easy bake, and they look dead posh, don't they? So I'm just move them out of the way.
Right, good.
Right.
I'm looking forward to watching these being made.
I
I've got to be
Twitter
honest,
will-
I've never made frangipane, and I'll certainly give that a go now. And I've never made these.
I think Twitter will just have to catch up if you can get it on.
Yeah.
Right, I've done mine in ounces because they always work in ounces. Rob got me up the grams last night, but I just thought, you know, it's... Right, so we're going to start off with 2 ounces of icing sugar, and I'm using the raspberry ripple. We're going with the raspberry.
Have you got it
cream.
on?
And then we're going with 4 ounces of butter. And then you just got to cream this together, which won't take long because it's lovely and warm in this kitchen.
It's boiling, I know.
Yeah. Saying that, I have used the soft butter, so it'll be even more so.
Elaine says she realises it's the duck egg and the non-forking of the pastry, Rob, so she's definitely learned something today.
Oh, that's good.
So, let's see where we are. So, Wendy Ann Preston said she feels bad, Rob, but just as you were finishing, she didn't manage to hear the temperature in time because the customer walked in the shop. So the temperature was 160 in a fan-assisted oven. Yeah, which you think is a gas mark 3? Gas mark 4?
Yeah, 280 C normal oven, 160 C fan oven or gas mark 4.
Yeah,
And that goes into there for 35 to 45 minutes.
Yeah. So we got that? Right, Jackie, we're
Right,
back with
so
you.
we're all cream now, and then you're going to add 6 ounces of plain flour. And you just want to bring it together a little bit with your spatula, because otherwise your hands are going to be really messy. Do you know what? I can't remember who I watched, and they said, "Oh, bring it together with something." I thought, why have I never done that before? Because my hands would be straight in there, and it'd be like there'd be more on my hands than there is in the actual mix when I finished.
I've got to be honest, I prefer to make things with a spatula than my hands. I can't stand flour or icing sugar or powder on my hands. Drives me
How
mad.
do you feel with bread then?
That's why I don't make it.
Then again, start the bread off with the same way now.
Mm. But you know, when I go and have my nails done, it's exactly the same. She always has to keep dusting the dust off. Can't stand it. It's
I was
funny,
going to
isn't
say,
it?
when you've got false nails, it's not the best, is it?
No.
Or long nails, whatever. Especially like me, I've got none. Doesn't matter.
Can you just tip that a little bit this way?
This way?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And you need
Thank
to
you.
speak louder, Jackie.
Right, you just want to bring it all together now. And you should end up with a nice clean bowl when you're finished. There we go. So you follow this board. And tip it onto the board. It's not quite come together yet, but it's easier to do on the board than the bowl. This is going to be fun because my hands are really warm, and it's warm in this kitchen, so we'll do our best.
Tell me about I'm sweating my guts out here. Can't believe I'm going on holiday in this hot weather.
I know it's typical, that, isn't it? First
Yeah.
lot of sun we get, and you're on your way up, and then you want to give it a nice
You
roll.
do need to speak up, Jackie.
So,
You keep
can't
mumbling.
believe that I'm not speaking
I
right.
It's normally my problem.
know. Hey?
It's normally me that's get wrong for that.
Yeah.
Try and keep moving it. Just do it a little bit at a time.
You speak loud and then you go soft.
Yeah, just keep working it. Doesn't matter if it cracks, because you can push it together as you go along. And you want to, because if you're doing normal shortbread, you do it probably the size of a to the width of like a pound coin. But because these are stacks, you don't really want them that thick.
So remember guys, when we're baking on Thursdays, it's all about using our flavoured icing sugars. So don't forget, we've put the sale on today. £2 a bag, grab them while you can. John and I are going on holiday. We want those lads in that office not to have any slack time. Give them something to do.
Right, I'm using hearts, but you can use whatever shape.
We don't want those warehouse lads thinking it's party time. Cats away, they might as well play. There you go.
And when you're cutting out, you want to try and get an even amount as well, obviously. But if there is any spare, don't worry, because I'm sure someone will eat them. I think, because yesterday I actually got 13, so there was like one spare.
So Marie and none.
Try and use your spatula to get them up.
And do they not have to go in the fridge to go cool first?
Right,
Jackie?
you can do if you want to, but it's not you know, it doesn't have to be. Yesterday I did because I was doing something else, so they went in the fridge for half an hour. But I have actually done them where I've baked them straight away, and you can't tell any difference.
And would you fork them like shortbreads?
You can do, but there's not that much puff on them, so it doesn't really matter. And then you don't really want to spoil the look as well. But Rob was saying, I suppose you could do it upside down, but
Yeah,
I don't do it on mine, so it's not a problem.
Well, I was going to say, if you don't need to, then don't.
Exactly. Yeah.
I've done the underside before and flipped them.
Mm-hmm. So how many did we get out that first roll then?
7.
7? So we need just another 7?
Might not get to the 7, but
Chef's perks.
no, this is it.
Some more coming our way, Laura. Look at Maria there grinning. Look at her. Yeah, you're all excited.
Laura's going to come back and do it again. Fresh food, warm.
I haven't, when on the recipe on the website, I haven't actually put an amount, and that is the reason why, because I've made them and sometimes I'll only get 10, and then other times, like yesterday, I got 13. But the thing is, it depends on obviously the cutter that you're using as well. You know, if you're using a round cutter or a square cutter or even a star, you might get more, or a smaller cutter.
Someone on Twitter, Jackie, could you just go through your ingredients again, please?
Yeah, it's 2 ounces of icing sugar, 4 ounces of butter.
Ooh, she's old school like me. We love the ounces, don't we?
And 6
You'll have to convert them if you don't know.
Yeah, 6 ounces of flour. So you cream your butter and sugar together, then mix in your flour a little bit and then finish it off by hand.
I was always taught 2, 4, 6, 8.
Yeah.
2, 4, 6, and then you ate them.
I always say that. I always think, oh, I'm not sure what's a 2 and what's a 4 or...
The way I remember that is if you think it as SBF, sugar, butter, flour, and if you think, what's SB shortbread, first of all?
Go on, run that by me again.
So it's 2, 4, 6. And like Jackie says, she doesn't know whether, is it the 2 butter, is it 2 flour?
Yeah, no.
So I think 2, 4, 6, I think SBF.
SBF.
Shortbread. You're making shortbread. So it's SBF is sugar, butter, flour.
So that's 2 ounces of sugar, 4 ounces of butter, 6 ounces of flour.
Yeah.
Oh, aren't you a clever dick? Sorry.
I have lots of weird patterns for remembering things like
Yeah,
that.
no, but it's good though, isn't it?
I'd forget that when I walked away, mate.
So this shortbread biscuit, could you add chocolate chips to it as
You
well?
could do.
Cake
Yeah.
or nibs.
Yeah.
Food for thought,
Yeah,
cake or
them
nibs.
cake o nibs, they'd be nice.
What are they?
They're like a crunchy chocolatey thing. Quite nice to give it a nice texture. You know, just something different.
I've got to give up you lot making nice things in this kitchen. My diet has failed miserably. I lost half a stone and that's it.
And then I come along
Not
with
gone
the
anymore.
fudge. See, it's breaking up a bit now because obviously it's getting really warm in here, so I'm just going to do one more to make it a nice even number.
We're all saying clever Rob. Poet in the making, Rob, Elaine Lawson says.
Important, don't know.
I've had problems trying to remember the poem. Can't remember my name sometimes.
Now these go in the oven.
Yep.
160 fan.
Just drop that down to show everyone on the tray.
Here you go.
Thank you.
And I've just got 3, 6, 9, 12. No, have I got 9? No, not because I've got 9 on there. 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, I've done it again.
I've done it on 13, yeah.
I probably could get another one out of that, but I'm not messing. 160 fan, about 12 minutes.
Super. Right. You big one off in there. I'm going to make the filling. So we're now going to make the filling. And what's the filling made of?
Right, it's I'm using double cream. Well, it's not double cream; it's only cream. But you could use buttercream or you could use cream cheese. It's totally up to you what you want to put in them, really.
Now, because these have gone in the oven, and obviously we don't want you to sit and wait for them to bake, what Jackie's done is she's already pre-made some biscuits and brought them with her, and then she's just going to decorate them for you. So
Like a
that's
blue
going to make
pizza
things...
moment coming up.
Yeah, a blue Peter moment. Do you know what? You nearly lost one of those biscuits. I forgot that you were going to... I was about to offer me and Laura one each. That would have been fun, wouldn't it?
Right, I think on the recipe I've told you to use half of this, but because I've got an excess of biscuits to fill in, I'm just going to do it all now.
That cherry Bakewell.
bacon.
The cherry Bakewell flavour is lovely. What flavour are you on?
on?
Raspberry Puff. The cherry Bakewell. Who uses the cherry Bakewell flavour? It is absolutely lovely.
Do you know what? It'd be nice with. What you could do is use cherry jam on these instead.
Yeah,
And buttercream. That would be nice.
yeah. So we're using the raspberry ripple flavour. How much? We're just guessing here, Jackie?
Yeah, I just do my own thing.
That's what I like. So 3 large.
Depends on your taste, I suppose,
Yeah.
because if you like a nice strong taste.
To be fair, for the cream, you can put in as much as or as
Yeah.
little as you want.
And you know it's great because it helps whisking it as well.
And do you know, with putting the icing sugar in the cream, guys, you really should try it. It's delicious. Do you know, like it?
Gorgeous.
And they also put it in plain yogurt as well. You know, you could if you
And
want
look at that.
Yeah.
Look at my whisk, Carol. No.
I've hid that other whisk.
No, but that's what
How quick it is.
adding the icing sugar does as well.
Yeah.
Makes
Does it nice. So guys, if you're doing a fruit salad or something like that, and some people just don't like cream, and you'll find they don't like it because it doesn't really taste of anything. So just add in a couple of dessert spoons full of flavoured icing sugar, and it really changes cream to something fairly amazing. Have you tried that, Laura?
Yeah. We don't have cream without it
Oh,
now.
you did, you had it on that banana, didn't you? No, but it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
My favourite though is the black cherry, but I have to say that banana split the other day
That
was
was
lovely.
nice.
Yeah, but any of them, we've done salted caramel as well. And then if it's not strong enough, put a bit more in, but I think a couple of spoonfuls is more than
Yeah.
enough, really.
Whereas we like it. It's going to probably be a pain this because it's so warm as well. We'll go with that and hope for the best.
We might not have a glass bowl left if you keep
Sorry.
bashing it like that.
Oh, it should thingy mix it as well, isn't it?
Alright. Is that going to be firm enough?
I'm hoping so because
Because
it's
Do you
it's holding.
just give it a bit more time, just give it a bit more of a whisk.
I'm scared of it going the other way.
It won't go the other
Because
way.
it's warm in here as well. I should have got lots of it. It's like it's not going anywhere because it's warm.
Yes, B, add to a smoothie, that would be nice. My granddaughter has a strawberry milkshake every morning before she goes to school, and Laura just puts in half a pint of milk and a spoonful of the strawberry milkshake flavoured icing sugar, and she won't go to school without it. That's Holly. Holly loves it. Yeah.
Never thought of anything else.
Yeah. I just think it's weird because obviously Laura doesn't colour it, so it's a white milk
Right.
smelling and tasting a strawberry milkshake.
Right, I'm going to try that. I'll do one and see how it goes. Right, I've got, it's just an open nozzle.
Come round. Here's your camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
But if you haven't got one, you can use any nozzle really, or you can just snip the end off your icing bag.
Yeah.
Not the best this really because it's warm in here. My hand. No, it's not going to work.
It's going to work.
No.
Put some icing sugar in.
Do you want to put it in the fridge for a minute?
No, go on,
Yeah.
icing.
So guys, we've got a new flavour coming out in a couple of weeks, ready for the royal wedding. Who's doing cakes for the royal wedding? So if you're doing any, so Harry and Meghan are having lemon and elderflower. So in 2 weeks' time, 2 weeks to 3 weeks' time, just in time for the royal wedding, we've got 2 new flavours coming out. It's elderflower on its own and lemon and elderflower. So we're going to put them on special offer when they come out as well, and they taste gorgeous. Right, so
we're just swapping over because Rob's got a better whisk than me.
Rob's just going to do the whisk in a minute. So
See,
I've got ice cubes.
Robo
there.
arms there.
Rob, I've got a bag of ice there. Do you want to sit it on a bag of ice? So because it's so warm, oh freaking hell, Rob.
I know. Do you know what? I forgot because I was going to say while I was doing that, I was going to give it to Rob.
So
How far do you want it?
I think that's fine. So in 2 weeks, guys, we should be announcing that we've got the new flavours. We've ordered the flavouring. We're just waiting for it to come. We've been told it'll be here in 10 days, and we'll get it out, and then you'll have those delicious flavours. You'll also see Jackie and Rob playing with them on Twitter, and hopefully they'll announce it on our page what they make. I've give them. They're taking home our samples to try with their family and friends. See what they think.
I'm actually doing a wedding afternoon tea on the day, so I'm going to try and make a little wedding cake. So I'm going to use the flavours. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, they do taste nice though, don't they?
Yeah, we tried them before, didn't we?
I made gin and tonic cupcakes the other day, and I made the cakes with the icing.
Oh, did you?
Light and fluffy.
Oh, they're lovely and light, aren't they, when you make it the icing? And yeah, they're well impressed with your beating skills, Rob. You do know how to beat something, don't you? Right, kid?
When I'm doing it at home, I go and sit and watch telly. So I don't think you realise how long it takes because you just do it until it's ready, don't you?
Right, we're back then. I have to tell you, Sarah says she doesn't know what the elderflower tastes like. I have to tell you, it tastes amazing. What did you think, Laura? You've had it today, didn't you?
Yeah, really nice.
The only person who didn't like it was Maria. Something wrong with her.
Are they about right there?
Yes, perfect.
We've got them on.
Right.
Right, so here we go. Let's watch this.
Right, it's, you know, you don't have to do it my way. You can do it any way you want. You can have more cream or more raspberries. It's totally up to you. I'm tempted to go with the more raspberries at the moment. And I think every time I've done one, I've done it different, so it doesn't really matter. And I was saying, if you really want, and this is another thing, you need to try and gauge your strawberries, you know, to make sure they're the same height, because if you don't, they're going to fly.
Your strawberries, have you not got raspberries?
Raspberries are me. I like strawberries.
Just testing.
I haven't even got my glasses on here. They look lovely.
See, one of my raspberries is a bit bigger than the others, so look, I think it's that one.
Just push your finger
I
down.
was in Tesco yesterday, trying to figure out which raspberries were the same.
Could you not
height.
just squash it down a little bit?
No, because it will. We don't want to squash.
Do you think you've got a bit of OCD with
I
these?
might have.
Jackie's a bit like himself without.
I mean, me, I would just squash the raspberry a little bit. Probably why I'm still a hobby baker.
Did we have a sprinkler? Did we have it?
Yes, we did. We brought it
Oh,
out.
the next one.
There you go.
Thank you. Well, I was saying, if you've got like extra raspberries, you can make a little bit of a cooler, you know, just warm them up, and then put them through a sieve and put a little bit of a drizzle over the top, and there you go.
That looks very, very good.
You see how easy
That looks
they
very
are? Don't they look so
Do you know what? That's actually a really nice little special dessert. You've got somebody coming round on a Sunday.
That's what I mean.
And if you present that to them, it looks like you've been baking all day.
And the thing is, you could make the shortbread in the morning, like I did yesterday. Make the shortbread in the morning, put it in the fridge, and do you know what I didn't do? And you don't really need to, but it is a good idea. Before you put your shortbread into the oven, sprinkle them with some caster sugar. But it's not, it doesn't really matter, because there's plenty of sugar on it anyway. But as like I said, you can make your shortbread in the morning, and like they only take 10-12 minutes in the oven. Take them out, let them cool, and just make them up quick before you serve them. Or I've brought some of them today, and I made them yesterday, and they're quite firm and they hold well. So there you go, nice little quick posh bakers, I think.
Very good. Right, hang on a second. Right then, so for those of you, but Rob's going to have to leave you now. Those of you on Twitter, you'll have to find us after, because we just want to get Rob on and just show you what we're doing. I'll have this loose raspberry. That's no good. I wasn't sure how yours were. They look alright, don't they? Right. How we doing?
Yeah, I'm just doing There we go.
So there we go, guys. Give these two the thumbs up, the likes. Really appreciate what we're doing.
Thank you for watching.
You're not going to see the end bake, but what they'll do is they're still going to stay here in the kitchen. When they come out of the oven, we'll take some pictures and we'll post some pictures afterwards. And Maria will add them to the end. Can you add them to the YouTube video? So we'll take some pictures and we'll let those of you who are watching on YouTube will get to see the end. Those of you who are watching on Facebook, you'll just see pictures coming up on the feed afterwards. So this is the frangipane, which is what Rob made last night. It nearly didn't get here because he burnt his arm as he went in the oven and dropped it. And then Jackie, and I'm not going to do the same mistake as Jackie did.
No.
I will take these off, because when I got Jackie to show you before, the mirror was on, and
Put that out, Maria.
we've got a good up the nose of Jackie. So these are beautiful. Don't you think these are great? That on a Sunday, if you had family and friends round on a Sunday, and you presented those on a little dessert plate, and then a slice of that, everybody would think you've been baking hard in the kitchen. And we have been live 1 hour 15 minutes. So 1 hour 15 minutes. And in fairness, I know there's been two doing it, but while one's been in the oven, even as one person, while one's been in the oven, you could have been mixing and getting on the other, really, couldn't we? So thank you for joining us at Sugar and Crumbs. Please like and share this live feed. If you are watching us on YouTube, please join YouTube. It's so easy to subscribe. Join our channel, make some comments on there, help our YouTube ratings go up. Don't forget, we have now got a sale on for the sugars. We did start it last night. Now, I don't know whether any of you know, we do have the Sugar and Crumbs community. It is a closed group, and it's just about you coming in there. We're looking for people, you know, who enjoy watching Sugar and Crumbs, want to ask some questions, get to know everybody as more regulars, because there's so many of you here that watch us every week. So you can go on there and ask some questions. And the good thing is, if you've got cakes and bakes and stuff that you want to show, but you don't want your family and friends to see it, you can actually show it in the group, and it won't be shown elsewhere because it's a private group. I did find out about the share button. You can't share in there, because if you do share, it does mean that Facebook can't sort out about sharing in the group and on your private page. So you can't share it, just post. So you guys got the heads up in the group last night that there was a sale on, that we'd started it. Some people had sneakily found out when we actually started changing the prices on
Online.
Tuesday. Was it Wednesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday or Wednesday we started changing the prices. So a few of you caught it early, sneaky. But anyhow, so we gave you the heads up. So please come and join our group. We're a really friendly bunch, okay? And we really like positive feedback. Don't be frightened of sharing your bakes, and if you've got any problems, feel free to ask. There's loads of people who will help you out. And if we don't know the answer, someone will always Google it or ask somebody else, or they'll have a friend who will know how to answer those questions
if
for
you
you.
want to join in with the Twitter Bake Along, you can post your pictures in there for us to see as well.
Yes. Now, the Twitter Bake Along. We've told you about it before, but there's always newbies every week. The Twitter Bake Along is something that Jackie and Rob do on Twitter. And when they're doing the Bake Along, so when the Great British Bake Off is on with the yearly contestants, and when they do the Celebrity Bake Off, what they do is they actually follow the bakes of that week, and then they ask people to join in and bake one of the bakes. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect, it's the fact that you give it a try, and then you put it on Twitter, and there's loads of companies like ourselves that will give Rob and Jackie some free gifts to give away, and they're always giving things away. They can't do it all the time, but if a company comes in and throws in a few bits,
Me and Rob
freebies,
do try and do our own as well. We give little gifts away that we've bought. So.
they're very generous because they do buy things themselves to give away, which I don't think they should, especially when they're working so hard on it. So do support them. Go over to Twitter and like their page. They do have their own private Facebook pages which you can join. I'm trying to convince Jackie to open up a Facebook Twitter long page.
Yeah.
Rob. Rob. He's the boss, you see. We've got to get round him. Because I think it would be good if you had a page on Facebook that you could go to for Twitter, for the Bake Along, and if you had one on Twitter as well, because I'm useless with Twitter. I find it very difficult to follow a conversation. I can do all the
A lot of
liking.
people don't like Twitter.
Yeah, I can do the like and the retweet and stuff like that. So anyhow, follow these guys because they're great fun, and they're always up and down the country somewhere. Somebody's always got them somewhere, so they can always tell you what they're doing. And they're hobby bakers, like Jackie said to you before. Before she started getting involved with Robin doing this, she only made a giant cupcake. That was it. And now she makes bread, she makes all sorts of things. And you want to see what he makes, Rob? They're amazing. Absolutely lovely. I'm well jealous. There must be all fat in your hand. Where does it go, Rob? You're like Maria. Look at me.
Yeah, I do, man, and I'm bleeding big. It's not fair, is it? Not
Yeah,
fair.
you don't even eat it, do you?
Plus it's 11 on Sunday at tea time to feed.
Anyhow, so thank you for joining us. Next week is Laura. Remember, we're not here on Monday. I'm on holiday. But the two Lauras are going to be here. So they'll be doing the intro with Maria, and little baby Harrison will be here. And Laura's got some great bakes to show you next week and the week after. And then I will see you the following Thursday after. So it's the next 3 Thursdays we're here, and then we go back to normal again on the 7th of May. Yeah? Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Like and share. Bye-bye.